Dr. Manjari, she's a nutritionist and she's in the studio with us in Noida. Also joining me is my colleague Mustafa Sheikh, who is in Mumbai and was reporting on this story. Let me first come to you, ma'am. Suddenly we have seen there is a lot of focus as far as the snacks, various brands. After Maggi, other packaged noodles, now Haldiram is in trouble. What sort of problems do these, are the food regulators looking at specifically with Haldiram?
Yeah, I think what has happened is, especially in the wake of the Nestle controversy, is that suddenly there has been that interest to check a lot of foods. One, consumers are now on the receiving end. They want clarity of what they're consuming, so that puts a pressure on the regulators also to ensure that whatever is going through FDA and FSSAI follows the stringent norms of food.
Yes.
And that is why I think they've sprung into action and they're trying to get into the major brands and see if there is a major discrepancy in terms of regulation. And if there's anything wrong with the contents, specifically things which can cause damage. We obviously know that Haldiram is not a good food. It's high in salt and fat. It's a processed form of food. But the other alarming thing is that it can be high in chemicals which can cause major health hazards. And that is why the reaction's there.
When Maggi controversy took place, a lot of people were saying that, look at that, it's a Western food, Indian snacks are relatively safe. With Haldiram, which is a popular brand, they have restaurants all over the country. How do you see this impacting the consumer on the whole? Because we saw a large number of people, children and adults, coming out against Maggi. Do you see the same sort of a reaction as far as Haldiram is concerned?
Yeah. For Haldiram, it's definitely not a good thing. But I think it's only not a good thing for a Haldiram. For everybody else, it's a welcome move, Because one, to the consumer, it's a good thing. He can, sort of question regulation now. He can be more sure of what he's eating. That sense of what pesticides, what chemicals am I consuming on a daily basis, that you put yourself to rest to a certain extent. It's extremely good for regulation in this country, which has been missing in a big way, So things have been just sold on shelves without including medication, food and medication. So it's a very good move, and it'll, I think, ensure not only for Haldiram, but for many more major brands later.
If you could also tell us the kind of, harmful chemicals that we are talking about in such snack brands, because most people perceive it being an Indian snack is relatively safe.
See, what happens is, one is intrinsically this is not good food, So if I have to eat snack for an evening, it's better to eat, something which is puffed rice or homemade boiled grams or homemade snack or poha as against something which is Haldiram or any other packet snack, because it has very high content of salt and oil, which is not permissible, So if you see the amount of soil that a person should consume is just around 4 grams to 5 grams in a day. And one serving of a bowl of Haldiram snack can do that for you. So that is one thing.
What are the options for people, those who are now worried, because a lot of people used to go out for, Haldiram to their outlets and all. What can people do as an alternate in their own houses that are safe for them and their children?
That's what we keep telling our patients every day, day in and day out, that you don't need to buy anything off the shelf. Any convenience food is not good. Let's stick to our natural food, Indian food, which is homemade snacks. It could be poha, upma, it could be just a fruit, it could be some roasted grams, it could be nuts. There are so many healthy options that you could choose from instead of, just opening a packet and eating something which you don't know what it is, how much of salt it contains, how much of chemicals it contains, which is very scary, Chemicals come in the form of things which are really hidden, emulsifiers, taste enhancers, pesticides, flavoring agents. You really don't know what they are. They're just chemicals, and there are hordes of them, and I don't think we should be eating them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manjari, for bringing us, talking us through about the healthy options.